Hey, I'm Colin Hanks, and you're watching In Studio with the Hollywood Reporter.
Colin, thanks for stopping by. How's it going?
You are the Hollywood Reporter.
The Hollywood Reporter.
The Hollywood Reporter.
Just like the Ohio State.
I'm doing pretty good.
It's going well.
Yeah,
Good.
thank you.
Good. Life in Pieces. You're back.
We're back.
Can you believe it's 4 seasons in?
Crazy. It's crazy pants. Yeah, it's kind of surreal. I've never been on a show longer than maybe one, so it's kind of a strange thing when I try and remember specific episodes and I see one and I have almost no recollection of making it. Yeah, it's a weird experience, but it's fun, and I love the show.
Bringing it back to when you first got cast, what jumped out at you when you first read the script?
I think the unique structure of the show. I thought it was something that was really sort of... I hadn't seen it before, especially not on network television, this idea of having 3 short stories that make up a larger story all about this extended family. That led to some really interesting ways to be able to tell stories, to be able to tell jokes, to be able to do comedy. All of that really made it a very, very appealing, proposition.
Yeah. Now, when the first show came out, a lot of times you had mentioned that you would tell the writers something that had happened in your own life, and then they would kind of write to that. 4 seasons in, is that still happening?
Absolutely not. I stopped giving them stuff to write about a long time ago. Yeah, I learned the hard way on the pilot. Don't tell them any stories because it will end up in the show. So I'd much rather be reenacting embarrassing stories that happen to our writers. That's a whole lot more fun.
Now, one of the episodes that I saw was about push presents. Was that something you knew about before going in?
I did not know. Well, do you mean going into the show?
Going into that episode. Did you know what a push present was?
Yes. No, I knew what a push present was because I had to get a few. So there's certain things about it, and I think that's actually one of the great traits about the show is it takes all of these commonalities that people have either as parents or as sons or daughters or grandparents, and we're able to sort of play in this great sandbox where we're able to tell all of these very small, quick stories, but they're all relatable. It's all stuff that people have gone through. And that is, I think, when the show is really, at its best, when we're able to sort of capitalize on those moments and then tell it in a way that is maybe a little bit unique with our structure.
Yeah. Now, spoiler alert for those of you out there, the short family goes on a couple vacations this season.
Yeah, we go out. We go out.
And I heard you went to the Bahamas. How'd you get that gig?
All you had to do was be on a show for 4 years. Okay. We shot our season finale in the Bahamas, which I'll be honest, I didn't quite really understand why we were going, but within 2 minutes of getting in that water, I was like, yeah, this is fine. This is great. This is going to be a great week.
Just whatever you need me to do.
Yeah, it was pretty much, yeah.
Find me in the water.
And as luck would have it, that was the easiest shooting schedule I had the entire season.
Oh, wow.
Normally, I sort of, we all would complain that we had the hardest shooting schedule, each, separate actor, but on that one, there was absolutely no doubt I had the best schedule.
How does your shooting schedule work? Now, do you guys film kind of each family's individual family stories in one day?
Sometimes, yeah. It really depends on the script and the locations within a certain story. If Zoe and I, for example, if Greg and Jen have a story that pretty much just sort of takes place in their house, we can actually film that in a day. And then we have our table read days, which are normally family days, and that's when the story that has the most amount of family members, that's when everyone is in and doing that. So, oftentimes it's 2 days a week, which is, that's kind of hard to beat.
So let me get this straight. 2 days a week, you go to the Bahamas.
Yeah, let's not talk about this anymore because it's all too good.
You have the dream gig.
It's pretty great.
Another dream gig, we saw you in Jumanji.
Yeah.
Quick cameo in that. How will your role expand in the next chapter?
I am not allowed to discuss or confirm or deny anything involving the Jumanji sequel.
I tried.
With the exception of I am in it.
You are in it.
Yes.
So we have confirmation.
I am in it.
Boom, you heard it here.
But I can't say anything else.
Have you been to Hawaii lately?
No, I haven't. I got to go shoot all my stuff in Atlanta.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. For those of you that don't know, it was started shooting in Hawaii. So
Yeah.
that's how I thought I was going to get around this.
Yeah. No Hawaii, no Hawaii. I'm since I was one of the characters that existed outside of the game. I don't get the plush tropical locale on that job, but on other jobs I do.
Yeah. Now you play your doppelganger, Nick Jonas, in this.
Yeah.
We
Or
can see
is
the
he
resemblance.
my doppelganger?
I think that's it.
I'll take
Watch
it.
out.
I'll
Are you going to
take
be a stand-in for the next Jonas Brothers music video?
I won't be stand-in, but I'll definitely run craft service.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'll definitely do that. Yeah, it's been funny because every now and again people just sort of look at me and go, "Fake Nick Jonas?" And I go, "Yep, that's me."
Is that what they call you on set?
No, that's not what they call me on set, but it's every now and again, someone will call me that and it just makes me laugh.
Yeah. Now, many people are binging Life in Pieces. What are you watching right now?
Game of Thrones. I mean, is there anything else that anyone, like, why are we talking about this? Let's do a deep dive and get into some cool Reddit conversations, right? Come on, is the Night King a Targaryen? Let's talk about it. I've got theories. Really, I mean, Game of Thrones is obviously a big one, but my wife and I, we are very late to the game, but we started binge watching Parks and Recreation.
Oh, that's a good
Which
one.
is just one of the most enjoyable things I've seen in quite some time. So I've been enjoying that. And in this, modern era that we live in where TV lives forever and is there for your viewing pleasure, it's nice to know, oh, there's at least one thing I want to watch. It's nice.
You can zero in on that.
Yeah.
You yourself have directed a few projects in the past.
Mm-hmm.
What's your next passion project that you have an eye on that you want to maybe get your hands in?
Definitely sort of developing a show in the scripted world. I've been able to do 2 documentary features, which have been incredibly rewarding and great, crash courses in filmmaking and that. And so really sort of one of the things that I'm looking forward to is being able to try and sort of combine the 2 disciplines and sort of work in the scripted space in terms of trying to develop a show and hopefully be able to direct an episode every now and again as opposed to
looking
just
out for that. Yeah.
directing people as to where craft services.
Yes. Now, if you didn't pursue a career in Hollywood, do you think you would have pursued music or sports? Because I know you are passionate about both.
Yeah, passionate about both. If it's Sophie's choice between those 2, it's got to be music just because I don't have any athletic skill whatsoever.
But in what realm?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. I am such a huge music fanatic that sometimes I feel like I would not be able to focus in just one genre because I am kind of weird like that. But I don't know. I mean, I played in bands in high school and in college, and it's something that I've always been interested in, and I have a lot of friends that are musicians and so it would probably be music, but if the acting thing doesn't work out, I also make kerchiefs now, so that's sort of
Yeah, I
that's
hear
keeping
about
up
this
some time.
side hustle that you got going on.
Gotta have a side hustle.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta have a side hustle.
Because once they find out about the Bahamas gig, they're thinking
Well,
I'm too good.
you can't wear makeup and pretend to be other people forever.
This is true.
Yeah, so it's good to have something to help take the makeup off.
There you go.
Hence Hank's kerchiefs. Yeah, it's been fun to sort of throw myself into something totally and completely different from what I've been doing for the last 20 plus years, and so it's been interesting. It's been a good time. A very steep learning curve, much steeper than documentary films, but it's been really rewarding, and it's really nice to be able to sort of have a project that is absolutely no one was expecting.
Right.
That's been really fun.
Except for the play on words. It's a great brand.
Yeah, I mean, it helps.
Is that something that we can find in store soon?
No, right now it's just online, but we do, or we're getting a wholesale operation and all that stuff. I don't want to go too much into the weeds on that, but yeah, I mean, we definitely have some big plans for the company going forward. So baby steps. I'm trying to keep it like a cool little, sort of like almost kind of punk in that it's very, very simple designs, but also limited editions, and we'll see we'll see how fast we can grow it.
Do you envision that will stay in that realm, or is that going to expand into a bigger brand, like a lifestyle brand?
I don't know. I mean, that's on the table for sure. But right now, I really want to just try and make sure that instead of doing a bunch of things poorly, it's good to do one thing really well.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that we get that done really well.
Now, bringing it back to Hollywood as an actor.
Yeah.
Give me your best backhanded compliment that you've received about your work.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I think probably if I had to do it, it would just be like, it would always be like, oh man, you look and sound so much like your dad, and he's my favorite. Which is like them trying to say like he's really good and we really like you too, but it's not really about me, it's more about him, and so you just sort of say, oh well, thank you, I appreciate it, and you just sort of move along.
Move on.
Yeah.
Well, we enjoy you.
I appreciate that.
We are so excited you stopped by.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And be sure to check out Life in Pieces on Thursday nights on CBS.